Moscow has expressed regret over Washington's decision to order Russia to close its consulate in San Francisco and 2 of its trade missions in New York and in Washington. The Russian foreign minister said a response from Moscow would follow and blamed the previous US administration for creating the exchange of sanctions.
It was started to undermine Russian-American relationships and prevent Trump from coming up with constructive suggestions to make the implementation of his pre-election promises to normalize the relationship with Russia extremely difficult.
The US said the move was in response to unwarranted Russian action and follows Moscow's order announced on 31st of July to reduce the number of US diplomatic staff in Russia by 755. As a result, the US embassy had to scale back its visa services in Russia and has stopped issuing visas to business travelers, tourists and students for the time being. The move to close one of Russia's consulates in the United States is the latest in tit-for-tat responses exchanged between Moscow and Washington. It started when then-President Barack Obama expelled 35 Russian diplomats in December last year over Russia's alleged interference in the US presidential election. Russia did not respond initially to that expulsion, as it was waiting for Donald Trump to take office. However, when in July the US Senate approved more sanctions against Russia over its role in the election, Moscow made its announcement, forcing the US embassy to cut hundreds of jobs and seizing a holiday property and a warehouse used by the embassy. Experts say the moves are likely to lead to a stalemate in US-Russia relations.
After the decision by the US Congress, with the relations being very tense between the US Congress and President Trump, with elections in sight in store for Russia, presidential elections scheduled for March next year, I don't think we should expect any improvement in conceivable future.
This time, no Russian diplomats are being expelled, according to US officials, and diplomats assigned to San Francisco can be moved to other posts in the United States. Julia Lyubova, CGTN, Moscow.